Tonight we started a monthly series called Seeds of Light, and the opportunity was to bring some light to these young men and help them be inspired by potential men that have been justice involved but are now so successful for our community.
I think it should be people that have been through what some of us has been through, and at least young of an age, at least around in their mid-20s, late 20s, because they know more how to relate to us and how to talk to us and even communicate with us and open us up, because a lot of kids won't come out of their shell and explain what they've been through.
I'm gonna give you the opportunity to tell your story. So I may say, Chance, tell the governor your story about how you got here. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Proud to be able to kick it off with Governor Westmore, my boss. He brought so much passion to this. He was very touched by the stories that he heard. The young men were very engaged with him, and his commitment to them to help facilitate change.
And you know what? What I'd love to think about with you, Mr. Woodland, if we were to invest in rec centers and do more work in rec centers, what would it look like?
I would want them to rather have their mind on going there and doing something positive instead of being outside doing the negative stuff, thinking about the negative stuff they have.
Okay.
Like hip-hop music, like rapping.
I just spent some time over at YDC with these young men and letting them know how much our society needs them, how much we need them to grow and to flourish and to contribute, how much their families need them, how much our communities need them. And I'm just so touched and encouraged by the remarkable work that's taking place here, and making sure that we have people who are going to need second chances.
One thing I wanted to ask you personally, what you would like kind of do, like, is there any support that you would be able to do for like single family homes just like mine with single mothers that had kids, or that's low on funds or support for like food and housing and stuff like that?
I want to say thank you, because even what the secretary just said, what you've done is you've already made it a little bit easier on people. You made it a little better on people, because you being able to shed light on what folks are going through, the pressures people are feeling. This is personally very meaningful for me, because I was a kid who needed second chances. My journey hasn't always been a smooth one, and I tell people I'm probably the only governor in this country that I had handcuffs on my wrist at 11 years old. Ended up getting sent away when I was 13. Ended up joining the Army when I was 17. There was not much about my past or childhood that people might have said that they predicted that this is where we'd end up. The reason that I'm standing here as the governor now is because there were people who were willing to pour into me. There are people who were willing to show me something different. There are people who were willing to show me that there were other alternatives and the world was bigger than what was just directly in front of me. And I want to make sure that we can provide the same thing to all of our kids, because we have a lot of young people who are just growing up in circumstances that in many cases are unfair.
If you don't mind if I tell you a story, because his mom wouldn't come to the school to sign paperwork. He was actually out, and so he violated, he came back to us. And even Mr. Knox tried to get her to go to the school to sign the paperwork, and she wasn't engaged. So that's how he got back with us. Court violated him for not, because it was a condition of his release, he go to school.
Yeah.
So that's why he's asking the question, is there a way they can sign their own paperwork so that they can do what the courts say, because some of their parents are not engaged with what they did.
And that's part of the problem. But I think, as the secretary pointed out, sometimes the individual laws don't take into account some of the exceptions that have to be figured out, like the one you're talking about with Mr. Bay. So I'm going to rally with the secretary. I'm glad you brought that up. You're just changing things everywhere you go, man. I love it.
So it was just a great opportunity to have him here with us tonight. Again, we are so thankful Thank you, Governor and team, for being here. Our young men deserve this because, as I always say, if they're just given an opportunity, they can be successful.
But I want to tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you for not just making time today, but for continuing to push us to be better as a society too. And by making sure that, again, I cannot wait to see the good things that you guys are going to do later on, because it's going to make us all better. And again, the only thing that I ask is that when you do it, don't forget that part of your job is to look out for those who are going to come after you.